What's going on, everyone? Today we're going to be going over ChainOpera AI, COAI, because as you can see, this thing has been dumping, literally down 23% in the last 24 hours, 69% in the last 7 days, 84% in the last 14 days. So this thing is down a lot, but it's still up 1400% in the last 30 days. And that's why people keep talking about it. So what we're going to be going over is where I think ChainOpera AI is going to be going next. So anyways, remember, I'm not a financial advisor. None of this is financial advice. Let's get straight into it, guys. So we already went over all of these gains and losses here. 102 million inside of 24-hour trading volume. So that's pretty decent. 3.2 billion still inside of fully diluted value. That's still crazy. $640 million inside of a market cap. So that is interesting. And not only that, ChainOpera AI is the ranked number 2 highest trending coin on CoinGecko. So that's pretty big as well. And it's also one of the top losers right now. So that's also pretty crazy. So like I was saying to you guys before, this is a super extremely risky play right here. And it's risky because, as you know, the top 10 wallets own like 90 something percent of the supply. So that's why it's super risky. But if you come in and you look at all these different wallets, most of them aren't selling, but you know, like you can click on a random one. Let's see if this one's selling. So yeah, most of them are like this where they're not selling and they still have a stupid amount. So that's why I think it's going to go higher. I think it can go much, much higher than what we've seen. But right now is like a pullback period. But I would still be extremely careful here, guys. Look, let's talk about this. So here is the chart, guys. And I don't know if you've seen the previous video I made, but the previous video I made, we were inside of this symmetrical triangle. It was a pretty risky play. It could have been bearish or bullish. But, you know, now that you think about it, you know, we are in a current downtrend. And I was thinking this was the support, the bottom support. I was thinking that because, you know, this is what I had for the support. And then I was thinking this would be like the stop loss area here. So this is why I say, guys, you got to have a stop loss. You got to know when to just cut those losses, right? You got to know when to cut those losses. Risk management is one of the biggest, most important things about this market. So all in all is like what, 28% that it went down before the stop loss that I mentioned there. So I hope you guys listen, you know, with the stop loss. But hey, if you haven't done it yet, I mean, you're in it now. So I don't even know what to say to you now, because there's a few different things that can happen now. For one, this right here is a rising wedge for one. So since we are within, or I mean a falling wedge, this is a falling wedge. This is a bullish pattern, by the way. And a falling wedge has an 82% success rate, right? So there's an 82% chance that it could break out to the upside. But look at what it's doing. Like, this thing could continue on this downtrend. It could literally continue down. Trust me, it could. Looking at it right now, this thing, it could pump out. It could pump right now, or it could keep dumping. Honestly, it could do either one. But if you look over here on the MACD, the selling pressure, it looks like it's stopped a little bit. And now we're seeing a little bit of buying coming in, but it's still a little bit fishy. Even the percent R trend exhaustion on the 5-minute chart, it's now coming down. So possibly, I don't know, it could be done. We're going to see on the 30-minute chart, it tried to, that blue up arrow there is usually like, something that says it's oversold or over exhausted to the downside. It's like a reversal signal. But you can see it's been throwing up that signal the whole time. It's been dropping. So you really can't go off of indicators for this because it's highly manipulated. You really cannot go off indicators for something like this. So even looking at the 4-hour chart here, we could see some buying pressure starting to come in on the MACD. And again, you still can't rely on these indicators, but you are seeing a little bit of buying pressure trying to step in. But it's hardly anything. But we want to see something like this. We want to see stupid buying pressure, right? Because none of these started with small buying pressure, right? They just started with stupid buying pressure from the start. And we're not seeing that. We're seeing it starting really small this time. So there's a possibility that it could be done. So that's what we're going to have to figure out here. Another thing that I'm noticing here inside of COAI with these supports is this right here. So we're noticing that there are still more support lines that we could reach. So it could actually continue to drop. Like it could go down to $1.70, $1.75 right here. There's a possibility that we could see this go down all the way to $1.75. There's that possibility that we could see it dropping maybe just down to 267 right here. So there's a lot of different possibilities for COAI, right? So 260, not 267, but like 260. We're looking for 260 here, or we're looking for $1.75. And I know that's extremely low, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So that's also when our falling wedge kind of closes right down there too. So let's say you bought it at $6, because remember I made the video about $6 saying, hey, this is a really risky trade. Remember, watch the video back. I was like, hey, this is a really risky trade. This might not pan out. I told everybody, hey, don't do this. Don't do what I'm doing, but I'm about to do something really risky with money I don't care about. And that's exactly what I did. And look, it went down 28% before my stop loss right here. And that's why I was saying, like, hey guys, you got to have a stop loss. You got to know when you're going to cut your losses. I cut my losses here. I decided this is the best area to cut losses because of this. Boom. And because of this. So that was the best area I seen for cut losses for a stop loss. So that's all I got to say about that. And whether or not I'm getting back in, yeah, I do believe that we're gonna have a pump here. So as you can see, I am in currently. Like I do believe that this is a good support, but it could go down to here. But look again, maybe I buy here. Look, I buy here 257, wherever that is, 260 actually. Something, it didn't get all the way down there, but somewhere around here, 280, 260. But look, we have down here at $1.75. So remember, this is now the new stop loss. So I look at this area here and I'm like, all right, if it goes below, like far below $1.75, not touching like $1.50 and then coming back up, but far below $1.75, how are you going to know if it's going to do that? By the way, you don't. You just gotta go off a win. So what I'm looking here is if it passes like $1.50 like below, then like I guess you gotta cut your losses again. But this is why this is an extremely risky play. You do not play with money that you can't afford to lose. Like I said, I'm putting 1,000 in. I can afford to lose the whole 1,000 if I want, but I still have a stop loss. And then here, still, I can still afford to lose the whole little 7, because it goes down right around 700 or something like here. And then if it goes down to here and then goes below the stop loss, then I'll sell and I'll cut losses again. Because it's money I really don't care about. Because with this gamble, because this is a gamble at this point. This is a gamble. Because this is a real gamble. At this point, I'm looking at it like if this could just get up to my target of $18, like that would be extremely good. Extremely good gains. So I'm willing to take the risk to lose it all for something that like I don't really care about. Like you don't play with money that you need. I don't need that 1,000. So it's like I could put money in there, right? So I think that there's a possibility that ChainOpera AI could recover. But remember, if this thing really is controlled by the whales, they could watch videos like this and be like, oh, okay, they're bullish. Let's go ahead and dump, right? They can do that. They can do that. So they might look at something like this and be like, let's do the opposite of what everybody else wants to be like, oh, okay, this video's got a lot of views. Let's dump. And that's also a possibility, right? But we'll see what happens. Hopefully this is the bottom, but there's no way of telling if it's the bottom or not, honestly. Like we'll just have to wait and find out. So I'm gonna show you what other people are saying. And for one, this is some event that they're doing here. So yeah, they're doing some sort of event, but yeah, it is what it is. But let's talk about what other people are looking at. So this person said, just bought a big bag of COAI at these prices. And the prices he's talking about here is $2.88. He said, and probably this is going to be the best financial. Don't ever say that. Don't ever say that. That guy, Crypto King's about to get locked up, because you know what I say. None of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Consult or a financial advisor if you want to know, and they will probably tell you far away from this thing. Okay, so I'm no. This guy, he can say whatever he wants, but that's not me. But anyways, let's keep going. Been watching ChainOpera AI for some time now, and this caught my attention. AI is the future and clearly decentralized, blah, blah, blah. So, okay, this guy, he's big in it. He's big up in it. He said he just put a big bag, and he might be lying. Like, a big bag might be $100. He put a big bag, right? Like, he put $1,000 as a big bag. Like, no. I don't know what he means by a big bag, but yeah, $1,000 is in a big bag. I would say 10K and more. Now you're working with a bag, 10K and more. Anyways, let's move on. COAI can be listed on Binance Spot this week. That's what this person said. I don't know about that. I think Binance is smarter than that. They're not going to list. They're not going to really want to list a project that has pumped and dumped twice, and that has holders that own 90% of the supply, the top 10 holders. I don't think Binance is going to do something like that. Just being honest. Honestly, he said it either it gets listed at Binance or it goes to 17 cents. Now that I can agree with. I can definitely see it going all the way down to 17 cents. And guys, it's not going to look pretty at 17 cents. So it is what it is. So moving on from that, this person right here, they say, that's it. We've reached the lower trend line from which, all right. I don't know what he's saying. From which, all right. I don't even know. He's got some errors here. Anyways, we've reached the lower trend line from which we'll bounce. This is a 100% guaranteed long entry with 10x leverage. You got to be careful for people that you watch, because don't listen to stuff like this. Like, there is no 100 guarantee for anything when you're trading, especially with 10x leverage. Like, that's absolutely stupid. He said a 100x guarantee, 10x leverage. What are you doing? Like, he's given some bad advice to people. Let me just say that. Anyways, COAI alert, bottom fishing time. So they're saying this is when you should be bottom feeding, like a bottom feeder. So they said that he said that the support can get all the way down to $1.75. Remember, that is where I have one of the supports. Then he has a $1 support, and then he has like a 6-cent support. What? I don't know about that. But yeah, there is a possibility that something like that could possibly happen. I don't know. Someone said third pump on the way. $15 price target. That's what this person is saying. And if it were to do $15, what are we looking at here? We're looking at this right here. If it does 15, there is a reason why I marked that. As you can see right here, that's pretty much very close to what it got to before. So there is a possibility of a 15 and then a pullback. But anything can happen. Again, anything can happen. Let's keep going over some stuff from other people, because it's good to have everyone's opinion on it so you can kind of formulate your own. But this person said, stupid me believed in this project, effing scam. So yeah, a lot of people are mad because they lost a lot of money. So I'd be pretty mad too if I lost money that I really needed. But anyways, this person, because I lost money on this too, I put a little bit in it. But it is what it is. I'll mention the mistake here. The mistake here is that as it's going on a downtrend, even though it bounced off the bottom support here, we're still coming into it from a downtrend. So I kind of feel like that was an amateur mistake on my end. So I definitely own up to it. That kind of looks like an amateur mistake. We're coming into it from a downtrend. But I was thinking, because it just hit this solid support, we had solid support here, we had it back here. So I was thinking this has to be the area, and then this has to be the stop loss, right? Because that's the bottom area of that support right there. So I'm like, this has to be the stop loss. But anyways, that's how it played out there. It kept going down. Like I said, that was an extremely risky play, and I told you guys, risk management. This is how you have good risk management. Even though I did an extremely risky play, I have good risk management. So I might come out on the bottom right there, but still good risk management. So I don't have to suffer all of this. I can come back in right here, essentially, and that's what I've done. So I don't have to suffer all of this. I can come back and still have money to play with, and then see what happens on the upside. Because now if it gets back to $6, now I'm in profit. Like, even though I lost money from here down to here, so from right here down to here, I lost money. This is give or take. No, I did not get in at 616. I got in at like 608 or something. Let's do that. 605. Okay. And then I got somewhere out around here. So yeah, like I said, it was like a 28% drop. So it wasn't much, 28% down. But instead of facing this, let me show you guys. Now, instead of facing something like this right here, which is a 54% drop, the stop loss gets you only a 28% loss. Whereas if you set no stop loss, you just lost 53%. And this is why you need a stop loss. This is why you need good risk management when you're trading, especially when you're trading high risk things like this. Anyways, this person says, looks like we are on a support line. It's time to start a new run. I don't know. This kind of looks different. This does look different. And even though I say that, yes, I do get in. I did get in again for for a gamble, but this is a gamble. That's all it is. This does not look different. This is like roll the dice. Let's hope the whales pump it. That's exactly what this is. We're hoping the whales pump this at this point. And yeah, every now and then I actually like to do degenerate trading like this. Every now and then, because it's kind of like exhilarating, right? Like if it wins, you're gonna get a bunch of money. But if you lose, you're gonna lose all your money, right? But that's why I only do it with like $1,000. Because if I win, goes up to 18K. Okay, I get, or not 18K. If I win, it goes up to $18. I get like 3K. So I made $2,000 in profit. It's just like small little trade. But that's the type of trading is like DJ trading, to where you then take the 3K and now you're trying to turn a 3 into 18K, right? 3 times 6 is 18. So you're trying to turn a 3K to 18K. You're trying to 3x it every single time. So that's it's a degen form of trading. This person said, for those who say COAI is dead, it is dead. A dead coin can't be among the hottest projects on the biggest exchange. That's why we're going long with all the money we can afford to lose. With all the money we can afford to lose. That's the main thing right there. And look, I'm not trying to discourage people from buying it. I'm just trying to show you guys, like, look, this is risky. Like, I'm playing around. Like, I'm in, right? I'm trading it. Trading serious. But this is a gamble. So this is like playing around for me. This is like testing my skills, right? Testing my skills. We're in a falling wedge right now. Falling wedge is bullish, but it's only bullish about 82% of the times. So we have a higher likelihood of going up because it's 82% of the time. But what if we're just of that 18% where it's not bullish, right? And then the symmetrical triangle, that was a mistake on my end, because as you can see, we came into it from a downtrend. And then it was a symmetrical triangle. I should have been put two and two together, but it's because we hit that support and it was a solid support base. I was like, this has to be the bottom. But remember what I said, guys, always wait for confirmation. I was being impatient that day and I did not wait for confirmation, and that's what happens. So if you're thinking about getting in right now and you actually made it to the end of the video, and if you didn't make it to the end of the video, those people are screwed, right? Because they don't have a high attention span. You got to have a high attention span for trading. But look, for all of you that have made it to the end of the video, look at it like this. Wait for bullish confirmation. Just wait for bullish confirmation. Like, wait for it to break out. And once it breaks out of this falling wedge, then you're good. And if you want this falling wedge on your own trading view chart, come here to the COAI chart. Come over here to this pump on the 26th of October. Take your trend line and bring it from right down here all the way down there, right along that line. And take your other trend line and bring it right down there. So your trend lines are over here. Trend line. This is trading view, by the way. You just take it all the way down there. And then you take this all the way down here and just watch it. You can watch it on your own chart and then it can break out. Or what you can do is you can pay me $100 every day and I'll live stream 24 hours every single day. Now let me stop. But if you guys paid me $100 every single live stream, I would live stream the whole day and we would trade all day. So, if you guys want to do it, you guys can do it. Now, you don't got to do it. But if you want to do it, you can do it. But yeah, shout out to the members out there. But yeah, guys, let this thing do what it does. Let it play out. Be patient and get confirmation before you make any decision. This thing could definitely continue to dump. and it could definitely go below $1. You could lose everything you have inside of this coin. This coin is a very risky coin, so be very careful. Yes, there's a bunch of people saying they're putting all of their money in it, but there's a bunch of people losing all their money actively. So it is what it is. COAI has become the most profitable project of the month. I think it's obvious what will happen next. And look, everybody's looking at it like this, but this is the main key right here. Only trade money you can afford to lose. If you can afford to lose it, yes, but that doesn't mean that you go trade it. Another thing here, let's go ahead and bring this out on a macro level here. I don't think the pullback is over by the way. I think it might actually go all the way down to $1.75. But like another thing here that you guys can look at, another perspective is maybe being like, maybe this thing is inside of a channel. Maybe we're trading within a larger channel. And this is a huge roll of the dice situation. There's no way like this is some type of exclusive channel that we're trading in. So like this is more of a like you're rolling the dice, you don't know what else to do. So you're like, maybe this is it. Maybe this is it, right? Maybe it's a little channel like this. Just maybe, right? So there's a possibility. And if that is, again, if something like this does happen where it is a channel like this and we rise, then again, we can come up here and get above $18. I would close the profit out at $18, even if it can come up here to the top of this channel to $23. I would still be getting out at like $18 still. And when you look at this channel from now till like November 5th, November 4th, November 5th. So we got like a week. I think we got a week. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. We got like a week, don't we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, we got about a week and 1 day. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated on this. But there is a high possibility that something like this, or a small possibility that something like this can happen. Let me not say high. People might get it twisted. But anyways, look, from October 20th to the peak, October 3rd, these moves happen super quick. These moves on COAI happen super quick. So if you're going to try to do this, look, October 20th, 1, October 21st, 2, October 22nd, 3, October 23rd, 4, October 24th, but not the whole day, 5. Between here and here is 8 days. So just know within the next week, if we do not do this pump, then the coin's probably dumping, So I'm giving it a week. If not, I'm cutting the losses. But anyway, shout out to you guys. Hit the like button and subscribe. I've seen a lot of people were interested in COAI video, so I decided to make a second video on it. I hope you guys are actually watching the full video. Shout out to the people that actually made it. But the people that don't watch the full video, they watch the beginning and they're like, oh, COAI, you gonna pump. I'm gonna buy more. that's kind of how they are. They're like, COAI is gonna pump. I'm gonna buy more. Like, come on, like, watch the full video, guys. Watch the full video. Anybody that made it to the end of the video and they're mad about the first video, like I bought all this COAI because you were talking about it and it dumped. Yeah, I talked about it. And I also talked about how risky it was. I also talked about how you might lose everything. I also talked about how you probably shouldn't do this. But you probably didn't watch the whole video. And for those people, they're probably not going to even make it this far in the video. And they're probably going to continue to lose money. Because they don't read between the lines and they don't really fully go into things. Me, I go fully into things. If I'm going to really be doing something serious, I'm going all the way into it. And from the looks of it, we might be inside of this descending channel. And descending channels tend to break out to the upside. So let's say it did break out. There's also a possibility that it could break out this area here and continue on. And if it did that, that would be extremely bullish. But there is also a huge possibility that it does not do that. And remember, the Bitcoin thesis. I am bullish yet again with Bitcoin because of our bullish thesis. But we are having conflicting info on Bitcoin, which I really don't understand why it's doing this. The short-term trend is going down while the long-term trend is going up on the %R trend exhaustion. Makes absolutely no sense. And now on the MACD, we're seeing more buying pressure. So I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, but there's a possibility that they could literally bull trap us. And this is how the market is. Like you will never 100% know what's going on. This is a bearish expanding triangle here. I don't have it up right now, but this is a bearish expanding triangle. So Bitcoin is bearish after February of 2026. At the end of February 2026 and the beginning of March 2026, that's when Bitcoin becomes bearish and completely dumps. But for now, we are good. For now, we are good in Bitcoin. We should be bullish until next year around February, March. All right. So shout out to you guys. Hit the like button and subscribe. I know this is a long video. I know some people don't have the attention spans to do this, but shout out to the people that did. Shout out to all you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Become a member of the channel, only $9.99 per month. And I'll go over any crypto or stock that you guys want me to go over. All you got to do is become a member of the channel and then comment on any one of my videos what you want me to go over next. And then I'll go over it. I'll do a full technical analysis for you. Boom. So go ahead and become a member of the channel. Shout out to you guys. And as always, I'll be back with another video.